Welcome all to episode 3 of Modular Monday. I'm Microwave Nachos, and today we're going to be reviewing the Niftycase by Cre8 Audio. It is a Eurorack case. It is powered. It's got a power strip on the inside, 2 channels of CV and gates here. From MIDI, it's got a MIDI in, MIDI through, MIDI over USB input. Did not come with the cable, though, I don't recall. And then we have a single mono output. We have 2 outputs here from the case itself, but they're both just summed to the single mono output. I personally bought the case because it was one of the cheaper cases, and it also came with these 2 modules here. I didn't want to buy a case without any modules because I'm way too impatient, so I decided to go with that. I also bought the bundle that came with 2 of the chromatic models from Dreadbox, the Ataxia and the Eudaimonia. After having this case for about a month now, and I've read some other reviews around it, honestly, for the money, I think it's pretty good. It's definitely one of the better starter Eurorack cases out there. Having it for a month and deciding what I think I want to do with Eurorack, I do wish I would have maybe looked at other cases instead. But for people who want something that right out of the box works and they're not necessarily super serious about it and quality-wise and stuff, this might be the thing, because I think it was under $350 or it was under $450, I think, for everything with all 4 modules. But the case itself, you could probably get used for like $200, $250. It is powered. It comes with a powered strip attached to it, so it's really, really convenient. Everything's attached. You don't have to worry about doing anything like that. You just plug the power cable in back here, and then it's got a switch on it. It's got, I believe, 9 or 10 inputs for power on the strip itself. These ones each came with their own power supply. I've read reviews about the features up here being a little wonky. I personally have not ran into any issues yet, though. I've heard people saying that the clocking can sometimes be a little wonky, as well as the CV2 and Gate 2 being a little wonky. I kind of agree with the CV and Gate number 2 because I've tried using my circuit, which I'm able to send out 2 different synths on 2 different channels, 1 and 2, and it picked up 1 just fine, but it wouldn't pick up 2, and I wasn't able to clock and gate stuff with CV and Gate 2 with the circuit, but it seems to work with Ableton fine. So if I were to run 2 MIDI outputs from Ableton through the 1 MIDI cable input, it seems to be able to split to both different CVs and gate outputs. So all in all, the top features are pretty nice. Usually, if you were to buy like a standard case without any of this stuff in it, you'd have to buy a module for all this stuff. You'd have to buy a module that has the outputs, MIDI to CV converters, the modulation converter, the clock. There's entire modules just for clocks. So, I mean, you're looking at possibly a couple $100 just for all that. So, if considering, for a starter kit, it's really nice. Reminds me a lot of the Micro Korg. It's literally, about the same size as the Micro Korg, same type of build, except this is metal instead of plastic, and then this is like a faux wood, which is really nice. These 2 I don't use often enough to actually review, and I don't see myself doing it. Once I get some more modules, they're actually probably going to get out of this case. Like I said, the case itself is fairly sturdy there. It came with 2 of these plates here that would, screw onto here. Took up about all the space that was in between if you put these 2 modules in there. For the money, that this is definitely worth it, especially if you're a beginner or if you're not looking to get too serious into it and you're just looking to really, really get dirt cheap into modular. It's a good choice. However, I think if you are planning on taking a long road with modular and you already know you're planning on sticking with it, I might just shell out money for one, maybe a bigger case, or one that doesn't have all this stuff, because you are paying a little extra for that, I think, that you could just get into a module. And it's a little noisy, to be honest with you. I've definitely noticed a little bit of noise. I do run it through my pedal board, and I know that adds some, but this thing can be pretty, like the noise floor on it's a little intense sometimes. So I do think that could also be combated a little bit with like a better quality case. It seems fairly insulated, but I mean, it is one of the cheapest cases that I could find, and it had all these features as well, so one can only imagine what quality has been skimped on in terms of insulation and stuff like that. I don't know if the case itself is this issue or if it's these two modules, because every other module here fits together perfectly fine, but if you notice, there's like, it goes out right here, and anywhere I've moved these, they've been tough to go with. So I have a feeling it's just the size of these, but be aware, because that could mean you could lose out on maybe an HP or so, depending on what types of modules you have and how big they are. Alright, thank you all for sticking around. We appreciate you watching. We're going to hopefully get you another episode next week. I'm Microwave Nachos. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you liked what you saw.